Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I read an article yesterday and it was about Putin, and he reported, he was asked a question and he answered regarding continuing to hit Ukrainian infrastructure. You know, those 2 days that they intensified or actually started that like retaliations for the attack on the Crimean Bridge. And Putin said that that operation ceased, stopped, so they had enough at that point. We have an article here coming from Ukrainska Pravda, and it was a few days ago. And this is an article from Ukrainska Pravda that claims that actually the Russians are still hitting Ukrainian infrastructure. Moreover, they strike, or the Russians struck Kiev. So this article comes from October 17th, 2022, Monday. 4 strikes in Kiev this morning, residential building hit. Obviously, the Russians are just criminals and hitting residential building. How come it doesn't fall, I don't know, in a street somewhere? Every time it's in a building. Well, anyway, I'm not going to discuss these reports. Whatever they say, it is true because these are the good people. So Russian forces have hit a residential building in the Shevchenkivsky district of Kiev during a morning attack using Iranian-made kamikaze drones. Now, there are some reports coming from the Ukrainians claiming that Russia bought 2,400 Iranian drones. Okay. Remember when that first came, when the news came out first, the Russians said, no, we're not going to buy anything. The Iranians said, no, nothing like that. And now the Ukrainians said, no, they already bought them. So supposedly the Iranians are going to provide the Russians with missiles now. And supposedly, this is according to the Ukrainian intelligence, the Russians will receive missiles from Iran. I don't know, we'll find out, right? I guess. And or this is just a way of saying, well, we kept saying that Russia will run out of missiles and still has missiles, oh, those are must be Iranian. They try to draw the Iran in, I think, because they need Israel in on the other side. And it seems like Israel is stepping up the support towards Ukraine. I have an article where Medvedev warns Israel that their relationship will deteriorate. Well, I don't think they care. We'll find out, right? And I'm quoting, the enemy continues to attack. A hit on residential building in the Shevchenkivsky district has been confirmed, end quote. The authorities have reported 4 strikes in Kiev as of 9 a.m. Information about the victims of the attack has not been announced. Later, Klitschko reported that after an attack with kamikaze drones, an explosion occurred in a residential building in the Shevchenkivsky district of Kiev. 18 people were saved and 2 residents remained under the rubble. There is currently no information whether there are any fatalities. The mayor also asks citizens not to go BBB. Okay, we got that. So explosions were heard in Kiev on the morning of 17 and Russian attack with kamikaze drones. Well, if you got, I'm not trying to minimize this, but I saw some pictures and some videos. You don't want those every day in your neighborhood, that's for sure. And I don't know what the purpose of that would be besides the fact that they create panic. If you were to hit only residential areas and people, and obviously you're not engaged in a war, you're engaged in destruction and terror. Now, remember, this piece of information comes from the Ukrainians, and I don't know, maybe they were French drones, maybe they were Ukrainian drones, maybe they were Russian drones, or maybe not, or maybe they were Iranian drones. This is what these guys tell us, and I don't believe the only thing I believe is that there was destruction and there were some drones. Were they directed and controlled by Group A or Group B or Group C? I have no idea. This is what Group A tells us, that it was the Group B attacking. The problem is, I'm looking at the result, and the result is human life, that civilian human life. I don't think these drones just destroyed how do you call it, control centers, control and command centers. But on the other hand, as I said, I don't know who these guys are. I mean, when the Kerch bridge, the Crimean bridge, was blown up, the Ukrainian claimed, some Ukrainians intelligence, they said that, oh, it was the Russians who blew it, actually. Some of them said, no, it was the intelligence services of Russia who are at war with the military. Some other ones, again, said, no, it was actually the Russians doing it, so they have a pretext to do what they did after that. But it's very interesting that they failed to answer this simple question. Well, you're human beings, aren't you? Or what? You're just angels and the other ones are devils, right? Right, and we're supposed to believe it because we were just born yesterday, right? We haven't been around the block a few times to figure out that you could be very well be the one that you say those guys are doing it, but we don't do it. Why? Why? I can give you many reasons if there's a well, how about you make this and say, see, that's the example. They just attack civilians, they are war criminals. And then you got people that would say, oh my God, yeah, that's what it is. We're going to provide you with more support. Those criminals and so on must be stopped. There you have it. That's one justification. And it's not, for people, as I said, who were born yesterday, this might sound as a conspiracy theory, or could sound like impossible. People who were born 2 days ago, they know that these kind of things occur regularly in wars. And not only in wars, as a pretext to get some action after that. As I said before, this is the fact that civilians died, or at least they were attacked, blown up, residential buildings by drones. Other than that, I don't know who sent them. This guy said it the Russian, who very well might be. But I have it 50-50. The same thing with the Kerch bridge. I kind of have not 50-50. I have maybe 60-40 when it happened, because it could be many actors involved in any incident that you find like this. Well, thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.